Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Cooking with the Cripple. Today, we're going to be doing a sweet. We're going to be making, wait for it, banana bread. And I know that this looks bad, but trust me, this is the type of banana that you want to use. But first off, you want to get the bananas. Got that? You want to, what's the word I'm looking for? You want to let them ripen to basically this point. Like you want the outside to be basically black. So that way, when you peel them, they are mush. And you want to have a large mixing bowl on hand. That's what a mixer's for. So we're just going to use that today. But you're going to take your first, here's a good tip for making good banana bread. You want to freeze the banana, you want to freeze the banana bread. You want to freeze the bananas so that way when you go to mash them, you also need a fork. Sorry, but I'll explain all the ingredients and everything that you need as we go. But first, we're going to take the bananas out of the skin. So I'll be right back. But I just realized, in order for you to get this out efficiently, you want to cut the stem off. I assume you guys know which one the stem is, so I'm not going to show that. But you cut the stem off, and yeah, you could just peel it like a regular banana, but I like to pick it up by the reverse side like this, and then cut downward towards the already cut end. I know it's a little slimy, but I wouldn't really consider it slimy. I just say that it's melty because it was frozen. That's why you freeze it, is because it makes it easier to mash later. Well, right now, actually. So, throw this away, and then you're good. Then you're going to take your handy-dandy. Anybody get that reference? High five. But you're going to get your handy-dandy fork, and you're going to basically do, like, what was that, mashed potatoes. You're basically going to do what the mashed potatoes. So, you're going to crush downward. I know I can't really show you, but trust me. You're going to crush until these have the consistency of paste with some lumps. But with the frozen banana trick, you're really not going to have that much lumps. It turns it really smooth really easily. So, I wouldn't consider it very lumpy. But you're just using the very tippy top right here from basically where my thumb is at, or my thumbnail right there, up to crush these up. And you want room temperature eggs on standby. And in another large bowl, you're going to mix flour, baking soda, baking powder, and cinnamon and brown sugar together. I will tell you the amounts in the description, but I do not know them as of right now. So I'm sorry that I can't give you it right now, but just feel free to look in the description. And we are almost done. But anyways, you want to basically treat these like mashed potatoes. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then you want to have 5 tablespoons of salted or unsalted butter on standby for the dry team. This is what I'm making is the dry team right now, since I've got the wet team, since I've got the dry team off camera slightly right here. Boom. But we're just going to use the mixing bowl that I have from my mixer because I don't have any other like large metal mixing bowls, and I find that metal mixes easier. But we're going to mix these together, and then we're going to add in we have the dry team all assembled, so we're focusing really on the wet team. And I have no idea where to look. I'm looking at myself, and it looks like I'm looking 3 miles away. But we're almost done with this, and then you also want to preheat your oven to 350, I believe. the recipe that I'm following said. So we're gonna cook this at 350 for 40 or 50 minutes. And that's just the toothpick test. Like, you stick the toothpick in, if it comes out cakey, you still got, or it comes out looking, well, like the fork. If it comes out looking wet, then you've got more time. But I never like how my mashed stuff comes out. But anyways, we're gonna mix in the butter and the eggs. So just give me one moment and I will do that. But as you can see, I've already added in the butter, and we're gonna add in 1 egg. Remember, flat surface when you're cracking eggs, so that way you don't push shell into your mixture and make it not so good. But you want to give it one solid good whack on one side, one solid good whack on the other. And that one kind of just fell apart. That was awesome. But we're going to mix this together, and then we're going to work on the dry team. Or we're going to work on incorporating the dry team. Ugh! I can't talk today. But anyways, here we go. Oh, wait. There we go, and there we go. Okay, so we're going to mix these up. And I like using the fork because it makes it so much easier. And I don't think you really want to overbeat these. But this is my first time making banana bread, so if I overdo something or if I don't do something right, then that's fine. It's no big deal. So I will see you guys in a minute when it's time to mix the dry and wet. But again, this is just like scrambling eggs, except you want to be very, very careful with, this is the dry team. But you want to be very, very careful as to not create a flour grenade in your house, because I've gotten flour in places I can't even reach. Like when I first tried to bake, I exploded the flour mixture. But that was my own fault. But anyways, so this is looking pretty good. Make sure to get the bottom, because you don't want to have a loaf of banana bread or cookie that tastes like flour where the other one didn't. So make sure to mix it thoroughly. But once it's pretty well mixed, you can be a little rough on it because the sugars and the other stuff weigh down the flour, so you don't have to worry about it flying all over the place. So that looks good. And we're gonna switch to a spatula, and we're gonna put this in that. So I will be back in a minute. Okay, we're ready to add in the dry to wet, and I know the recipe that I was following said to add the wet to dry, but I can't really do that in this small bowl, so you're going to just have to make do. But you want to make very deliberate motions at first, and then once it's properly mixed, you can go crazy and basically slash away at your batter if you want to. But we're going to mix this up until it has the consistency of dough. Like right now, it's nowhere near it. So just mix it up, and then we will talk in a minute. Alright, so as you can tell, our mixture has been, well, mixed thoroughly. So I've got, just off screen, I've got about 6 loaf pans. I don't know how much they can hold, but we're going to put in as much as we can and probably save the rest. Oh, another thing. Here. You always want to have a plate or something so that way you can set stuff down. So I just went to the store and I bought these kind of pans, or loaf pan things, and I think that they can cut away easily. So I might even, you want to grease these, but I don't know if I will, because they're cheap ones. But you want to fill them. Here, let me move you. Sorry. But you want to fill them about, I'd say, 75% of the way up, because there will be a little rising, and you don't want stuff overflowing in your oven, because that's how you get the fire department to come visit your house. But anyways, I'm gonna fill these out, and hopefully I have enough. Otherwise, I'll have to make more. But I'm making some for the whole complex, so But anyways, I will see you guys in a minute. I'm gonna end up greasing these anyways, because just to be safe. You always want to be safe in the kitchen. I know I hammer that point home, but you always want to be safe in the kitchen, so I'd rather be safe than sorry, as my mother would say. So just like that. I don't know if you can see it, the difference. But just barely coating the sides, and I might even do some on the bottom, and then do some on the side. There we go. I know that sounded like a lot, but I have horrible aim, and not a lot made it on there. But we're going to pour some in, and I'll show you guys what that looks like, because I can't really do that right now. But I'll show you guys what that looks like in a minute. Alright, as you can see, we've got it pretty well filled. It's a little fuller than I meant it to be, but that'll be okay. I'll just bake it a little less, or I'll turn down the heat or something, so that way it doesn't rise too high. But anyways, we're going to put this in the oven for about an hour. I'm going to shoot for 45 minutes. But if your oven takes 30, great. If your oven takes 50, great. It doesn't matter. So I will see you guys at the oven. Alright, so it's time to put this in the oven. And I'm going to try and show you, but I don't know if I can. Because like I said, I filled it a little too high. But I put it on a pizza pan for easy transport. You don't necessarily have to do this, but it makes it so much easier to grab it out of the oven and do the toothpick test and all that stuff. So whatever works for you is fantastic. So I'm going to put this in the oven. I'll check it at, well, I won't check it at 15 or 30. I'll check it at 35, 40, 45, 50. And if I have to go a little bit over that, that's totally fine. So it is in the oven now, and set your timer for 40 minutes. Mine takes a little while because it doesn't count up by tens. But there you go. It's set, and all we have to do now is wait. So charge your phone, do whatever if you need to while we're waiting, and then I'll see you guys in about 40 minutes. Alright, so we're at 32 minutes right now. We're looking pretty good in the oven, so I'd say I'm going to check this at about well, not 30 minutes, but 15, 16 minutes. So I'll see you guys in 15 or 16 minutes. It looks like I'm going to have a little overflow, but if it's your first time making bread, making cake, making anything, expect mistakes, because you're not going to be an expert just like that. So I've got about 25 minutes left, and I'm going to do the toothpick test. So I got to find some toothpicks, but we'll see how it turns out, and if it's done, it's done. So I will see you guys in 26 minutes. If you do not have toothpicks, matchsticks also work. Just make sure to use this end, not this end, because heat plus this end equals bad. Although you knew that already. But we'll see you guys in about 26 minutes, and then we'll do the test. Okay, it's been about 20 minutes, but I want to check out, I want to show you what undone looks like, or underdone looks like on a matchstick. So we're going to open this up, and you're just going to jab it. Be careful when you're doing it in the oven. But, this is actually pretty close to done. But I'm going to go again and go all the way in as much as you can without burning yourself like I just did. Ow, that hurt. And I'm going to give this about 5 minutes, 5 more minutes. Oh, that smells so good. I wish that this was smell-o-vision. But we're going to give this about 5 more minutes and then take it out. Because I don't want to overcook it. But we'll see you guys in 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm looking at the timer. We've got about 2 more minutes. I'm going to check the cake or bread once more. And you always want to be careful. And when it comes out clean like that, I know you can't really tell. When it comes out clean like that, it's basically done. So I'm going to let this go for the 2 minutes that it's got left. Well, now 1 minute, but for the 1 minute that it's got left, I'm going to let it go and then take it out. So I will see you guys in 1 minute. Okay, so we are done now. And where is my glove? I need to find a glove. I can't find a glove. Oh wait, they're right here. Okay. Just had to move a lid. But I prefer these kind of gloves when getting something out of the oven. Something small off of something else big. If that makes any sense whatsoever. It'll make sense once I get it out. Oh, crumb. We might have to leave that alone for a few more minutes. Huh. That's strange. Huh. Okay, well, I might need to put this in for 10 more minutes. Actually, you know what? No. It's my first one. I'm going to experiment a little bit, but here we go. Oh, that's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. Even through the glove, it's hot. But you're going to let this cool for 10 minutes. And that means don't touch it at all. Don't slice it. Just let it sit there for 10 minutes. So I will see you guys in 10 minutes. And then we will cut this thing. Okay. So it's been 10 minutes. And I want to see, you want to always test metal and stuff like that first, but since this is a cheap loaf pan, I'm just gonna cut it out. I've got kitchen shears essentially. Well, it's kitchen approved scissors essentially. Like, it's not crafting or anything like that. This is just for the kitchen. So I'm just gonna cut the sides. Hopefully I don't spill everything and just break everything. But I will be back in a hot minute. Because this is going to take a little while. But as you can see, I cut the... I don't even know what that is. I don't know if it's styrofoam or what. But I cut the tinfoil. That's what it is. And I'm going to get ready to serve this. So I'll see you guys in a minute. I'll see you at the taste test. Alright, as you can see, we're at the taste test table, and you can see the banana bread right behind me, but I got a piece right here. That looks so delicious. I know the camera doesn't do it justice, but it looks so delicious. So, a test to see, oh, you didn't even need a knife, but here we go. It tastes very, very banana-y, very moist, which you want in a cake type bread or a cake, whatever you're making. You want it to be moist on the inside and crunchy on the outside, and this is a perfect example. And I'm actually proud of my first time making it, because I thought for sure I was gonna have to cook it some more, because there was a little liquid on top in the middle. I'd never noticed that, or I'd never seen that before when I was baking or cooking or anything like that. But it was really good, and I hope you enjoyed, and I will leave the amounts of the dry team in the description. I'm sorry I didn't know that offhand, but it wasn't my recipe. So, this has been Cooking with the Cripple. I've been your host, the Cripple, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!